Welcome to Midwest Brew Review, everybody. I'm Matt, Billy, and Brian, and today is a very special episode of Midwest Brew Review. Today we have Marcus Baskerville from Weathered Souls Brewing out of San Antonio, Texas. And although they are out of market, we've had the pleasure to try some of their beers. And Marcus, your beers are fantastic. So thanks for being here. Absolutely.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you have a very special movement going on here, quite the movement in the craft beer community. Can you please tell us about Black is Beautiful Stout that's going around here?
Yeah, so what the Black is Beautiful initiative is a call to basically all the craft breweries to participate in a stout base that we created. And using that stout base, they can get as creative as they want. But basically what this beer is to represent equality and unison and inclusion for people of color. And so basically what will happen is the breweries that have been involved are going to brew beer, you use a particular label, and then release this beer, and then all of the proceeds will either go to local foundations or organizations that support police brutality reform and legal defenses.
Just right off the bat, so we can jump right into it. So how can breweries get involved? Where do they need to go?
All right, so breweries can get involved, obviously, through social media channels. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, hitting up Weathered Souls. Also, you need to go to the blackisbeautiful.beer website and go ahead and get registered. There's a link for you to go ahead and get registered if there's a brewery. And then there's also a link for consumers who are just interested in when beers are going to start coming out, and we'll be sending out newsletters to them later on.
Awesome.
And we'll have all the links below as well. So if anyone out there is interested, please go ahead, check out the description below and
for sure.
Look on those.
Yeah, Marcus, when we got wind of this, I want to say there were less than like 50 breweries signed up. You had a different website, and since then it's been absolutely blown up. Are you surprised by all the attention it's gotten and from what you started? We've even seen some international breweries jump on. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect the reception that we've gotten so far. It's been a very humbling experience to see all the people that want to come together and help out this initiative. It's literally been crazy. Me and my sales manager, I think over the course of the last week, have had maybe 15 hours of sleep, and like constantly in our hands, like the entire time, responding to messages, emails, phone calls, interviews. It's completely crazy, like how big this is picked off.
Well, I can say we definitely appreciate it. I think it's an incredible movement that you're putting together. It's amazing. So, like, do you know where we're at now? I think when we, like Bill said, when we were at like probably about 50 breweries we saw signed up when this started. How many are you guys at right now?
So let's see here. Kim, the last time I think she was in here was around 323 breweries, and these are breweries that are contacting her. We just spoke to Stout Collective a little bit before this, who's hosting our website, and they said there's been about 50 signups since this morning. So things have been going awesome so far. We were probably sitting around somewhere between the 350, 360 range right now.
Couple breweries around here that are doing it. I know that kicked it off. Liquid Love, Foreign Exchange, Miskatonic has joined in. I saw Noon Whistle. So yeah, I mean, and those are all kind of the ones just around us. I mean, we could drive to those in 10, 15 minutes. So hopefully everything kind of even picks up more and kind of gradually just gets, well, not gradually, but quickly.
Yeah, we're hoping, as the words can continue to get out, more breweries get involved. I mean, we've even had breweries outside of the craft beer industry contact us. Yeah. International breweries contact us trying to get involved. So, that says a lot.
We're home brewers. I'm sure you probably start out home brewing yourself. Do you have like a scaled down recipe for home brewers to try?
So renowned home brewer Annie Johnson went ahead and created a homebrew version of the recipe that we came out with, and that's available on the website as well. So all home brewers, if you guys want to get involved, there is a stout recipe just for you guys to go ahead and knock out.
Oh, we're on it.
We saw the CNN article, Forbes. I mean, this is nuts. And now you got the mighty Midwest Brew Review. So we're at the Mecca right now. So you could just call it off and stop, right? Like, have you ever had any experience with this type of media attention, and how are you handling the whole thing?
I am very much the introvert. Outside of family and like really close friends, I generally don't socialize too much. I kind of stick to myself. And so this has been a huge change for me over the course of the last week. I think I've probably spoken more to people this week than I have probably in the last 6 months. So being said that, luckily I've done local interviews and stuff like that for different little causes and events and beers that we've released. So at least I have a tiny bit of media training to help me get through it.
I'd expect there's going to be a lot more. I got a great feeling this is going to blow up even bigger.
And we're hoping.
Is there like a time frame? Like, are you just like saying, okay, let's get this beer going immediately? Or are you looking for like a timed release for breweries to do it?
So we know this. We know the issues going around dealing with social injustice and equality aren't going anywhere, right? So as far as how I've perceived it, dealing with some of these breweries is kind of get in where you fit in. We know people do have production schedules, and some breweries plan them out months in advance. So, yeah. Being said that, people that have been responding with those type of questions, we've just been telling them to go ahead and get the beer in when they can.
Cool. So there is no time limit.
No, we're brewing it today,
and
okay. Our release for it will be 4th of July.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Good to know. Hopefully, we'll start seeing some of those pop up around here then as well.
Can you talk a little bit about the label? I know there was a little bit behind that. Do you have like a buddy that kind of helped you come up with that?
Yeah. So Kevin Dyer at KD Designs went ahead and designed the label for us. He's our normal label guy that we use for most of the labels that we come out with at Weathered Souls. So basically, I hit him up Sunday and was like, "Hey, I need a label for this beer I'm thinking about doing." And I basically just gave him a generalized feel of what I wanted. I told him that I wanted the different shades of black to meld together into one image. And then outside of that, I told him it was up to him. And, he's a middle-aged white guy. And so I told him at the end of it, I said, Kevin, I just want to see how woke you are. I'm not going to give you any more instruction. So based off of that, he did an awesome job with the label. I'm proud of the work that he did with this. And he's been working diligently, getting people different versions of the labels and working with Stout Collective to get them the logos and stuff that they need. So Kevin's done a huge job, and he's not charging us to do any of this too. So awesome. It's been a huge help for sure.
Yeah,
we saw the same thing with the Sierra Nevada Resilience movement, and we saw a lot of suppliers jumping on board too. Have you seen anything with that with suppliers or advertisers or anyone jumping on board?
A lot of brewing suppliers have reached out to us in support. So BSG, just off of the top of my head, BSG, Imperial Yeast, White Labs, YCH, American Canning. So as far as that goes, a lot of people have been reaching out and support. What we're going to start doing is for breweries that sign up, we're basically going to shoot a newsletter to their email, letting them know what the deal of the day is, and then they can go ahead and choose if they want to participate. The suppliers have been flooding in just as, not as frequently, obviously, as the breweries, but there's been quite a bit of them that have reached out in unison and support.
That's awesome.
That's one thing we've always noticed about the craft beer community is that it's very tight and people are very supportive. At least like around us, everyone's like super supportive of each other, helping out.
Yeah. You see the responses from the Resilience, you see the responses from All Together, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and see how far this can get. And the reception has been amazing.
So how about locally, like in the San Antonio community and with your team, at your brewery, as a business owner, and a father and all that, you've had, obviously you wear a lot of hats. How has it been received, locally and in your own home life?
It's been great, actually. The local community is showing a lot of support. I think out of the 17 breweries here, we've had 13 commit to it so far. Even breweries that we typically don't have personal relationships with locally have gone ahead and committed to it. The whole movement is not about us or our brewery. And so a lot of people have been showing their support and trying to get involved any way that they can. Texas in general, just not even local, has been showing out. I think we're upward of 60 breweries just from Texas that are committed to doing this beer.
We want to issue a challenge to basically anyone that we personally work with as the Midwest Brew Review, and we've worked with quite a few breweries in the Chicagoland area to jump on this. If you can, when you can. I know there's been a lot of tough times for craft breweries, and some have been doing better than others. But if you can jump on it, we challenge. As the Midwest Brew Review, we challenge anyone we've worked with to jump on this and do what you can to support.
Yeah, have them get on it, tag them in our post, all that good stuff. We're trying to get as many people as we can to support this message.
Yeah, we'll tag everybody. This is going to be a tag party.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is only day 4 of the initiative. So, we're hoping that a ton more people over the course of the next week, 2, or even longer, decide to get involved and help out. Like I said, the issues aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So, they've been around for the last 400 years, basically. So, being said that, hey, if you can brew the beer 2 months from now, we would still appreciate your support.
Kind of more of a little more intricate of a question. The craft beer industry is primarily white males, and I'm sure a lot of the customers are majority white males as well. Being white males, the 3 of us, what can you tell us to do? What else can we do to support? Like, not just buying this beer or any beers from breweries, but outside of the beer community, what can we do?
Honestly, I would say the best thing is understanding, right? So, let's be frank. Most Caucasian males, most Caucasian people in general are not going to understand the plight of people of color, right? So even me as a grown man, coming from upper middle class, going to private school, all that type of stuff, I've still dealt with police experiences that have not gone well. I've done with police abuse. I've done with racial profiling and just, different general things like that. And so, generally white people don't have to go through these things. And so, there's always that rebuttal when it comes to this type of conversation, right? So, well, there's black on black crime, but, what if they would have listened to the police? But what if this? What if that? Right. None of that matters when it comes to the fact of the actual basis of inequality and inclusion. None of that is important whatsoever. The best thing that any person that can do that is not of color is understand the individual next to you. Just open your ears, listen, don't rebuttal, don't butt, just listen and try to understand the perspective, because that's a large majority, I think, of the issue, and why we're in the situations we're in now is basically the lack of respect and understanding. And I think that if we get to a common place where people just go ahead and respect that, then we're going to get a lot further than where we've been now.
Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah, I'm super happy that it feels like we're going to start having real conversations now,
Yes.
Which I think is super important. And people need to ask questions and stuff like that. We need to get to a point, where we're making good, we're doing the right things.
Exactly.
I thought we had a fun question for you.
Can I ask a fun bag question?
Of course.
If you follow Weathered Souls and Marcus at all, there's, obviously we've all been filling our voids and our downtime with COVID, and locking down and staying at home as much as we can. Well, Marcus has taken a liking to the old-fashioned cocktail on Facebook. So my question is, because I'm a big cocktail guy too, is what is your ideal old-fashioned? Give us some tips.
So what I've been doing as of lately is my favorite old-fashioned is with 4-year Willet. I like rye for my old-fashioned. From there, 4-year Willet, I actually had one of my bartenders concoct me a house-made bitters. So he made something specifically towards the palate that I like. From there, I also use Woodford Reserve aromatic bitters. So I do about a 5-to-2 ratio of bitters. Orange peel. So what I do is I take an orange peel with just a little bit of actual orange on it, and I muddle that in there. I add a quarter of a teaspoon of cherry juice. I went and got me some fancy cherries from Italy, and then you know, your ice block. I was told by a professional bartender to not over stir, so I've only been stirring for 15 stirs, and yeah, it's been and then instead of simple syrup, I've been using a barrel-aged organic maple syrup with just a splash of water.
Man.
All right, I'm glad we got this recorded because I'm like, there's no way I could have taken notes on that.
No, I'll go ahead and if you want, I'll send you the recipe. But yeah, I've been making a couple of different little iterations of that. I just made a house-made simple syrup with some brown sugar the other day. So you know, I've been trying to get a little fancy with old fashions while we've been in quarantine.
Marcus, is there anything else that you want us to cover? Anything that you want to ask?
No, just share the initiative. You know, post as much as possible. We're getting a ton of exposure from the media. Share, and you know, that's the most important thing to get this initiative out, so we can get as many people as possible to participate.
Yeah, if you're a brewer, sign up. If you're a beer drinker, go seek out these beers. Obviously, in the meantime, you know, find those breweries around your areas that are, you know, supporting good causes like this, or, you know, that actually give a shit about people, you know, and put your dollars where it matters. You know, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Marcus, thank you so much. And we will continue to share as much as we possibly can. And you guys,
thank you, Jim.
Absolutely. Keep making some kick-ass beer. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yeah, definitely. Talk to you.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers.